Hello. I would very much like to share some wisdom. Not that I have any whatsoever, but I do know that Proverbs does. And to give you a little preamble, knowledge is good, but wisdom is even better. Knowledge can help you pass tests and accomplish tasks, but wisdom will guide you through the most important decisions in life. The book of Proverbs was written by Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. It contains hundreds of short, simple statements about how to live wisely and an assortment of longer passages that express wisdom with a bit more detail. These proverbs, however, are more than just wise sayings of the sort we find in most cultures. They are not haphazard collection of common sense directives. These proverbs expressly state, "Fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom," which we'll see in chapter 9, verse 10. Respect of God is the foundation of these wise sayings. They help the reader to distinguish between two paths, the way of the wise and the way of the fool. They deal with almost all the major areas of life, including growing up, parenting, social justice, wise speech, work, marriage, sexuality, and money. I want to present these because they're helping me in my life, in my journey, and I hope it helps you in your journey as well. It's recommended that you read the proverb of the day. So today is the 1st of October 2019, and I'm going to read Proverbs 1. Hopefully, I can get all the Proverbs in this month. So, Proverbs 1. The purpose of Proverbs. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young, which I hope it does. Let the wise listen to the proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance by exploring the meaning of these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. A father's exhortation acquire wisdom. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will be a crown of grace and will be a chain of honor around your neck. My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, "Come join us. Let us hide and kill someone. Just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death." Think of the great things we'll get. We'll find houses with all the stuff we'll take. We'll fill houses with all the stuff we'll take. Come throw your lot in with us. We'll all share the loot. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their path. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. Now wisdom shouts in the streets. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in public square. She calls to the crowds among the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. says wisdom. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. Now, I'd like to touch on a couple of these verses, starting with 3 and 4. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Especially that last bit, knowledge and discernment to the young. A lot of times we don't know what to do in certain situations. That's why knowledge is good for testing and whatnot. But wisdom comes in when, okay, I know that this could lead to this, this could lead to that. And I want this and I want that. But which one is more beneficial to me in the long run? Beneficial as in which one I won't have to worry about or fear. So following along with these will definitely help in those situations. When you refer back to Proverbs and you're like, oh, okay, I might not get in trouble if I go do this with my friends or friends. But the truth of the matter is that the truth always comes out, and it's better to just do right, and you don't have to worry about any negative consequences in the future. Next is Proverbs 8 and 9. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. Have you ever heard, you'll understand when you're older? It's just the truth. Like, just the sheer time of growing older, having more experiences, going through life, it paints a bigger perspective. When your parents tell you that, oh, don't do that, you'll get burned. Like if you touch fire or something like that. They already know. They've already been through this stuff. The game doesn't change, just the players do, you know? There are a lot of things of this life that just are part of life and part of human nature, and that gets really complicated, but pretty much that, especially your parents, when they're telling you things like this, it's about that they love you and they want to see you all right. So if you listen to them, even if you don't understand, you'll probably end up okay. Okay, so 11 through 19 are a little scary to say the least when it's talking about supposed friends saying, come join us, let's hide and kill someone. Um, the less they rush to commit evil deeds, they hurry to commit murder. These are people that don't have God in their heart for sure. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed, it says in 18. And 19 follows with, such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. And that's exactly who they're talking about. Greedy people that want money. Plus, let's take into consideration the context of when these proverbs were written, um, even before medieval times. And what we know about that is how it was like really dog eat dog, and many kids grew up having been sold to to other people that had money so that their parents could actually live, and a whole bunch of things that I hope you try and learn about. Um, so yeah, it's a little hardcore, but it really is telling you that, like, in the context of today, I would say is those kids that wanna egg cars and do those little mischievous things that like lead up to more hardcore stuff, to go rob people, to those people that are only thinking about how to make a buck, how to um, progress, and come up. Let's just get that money. Let's just, no matter what the consequences, no matter what, who I'm messing over. So please stay away from those people. Okay, so last but not least, verses 20, 24, and 28. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. 24. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. 28. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. So this is wisdom telling you this is what's gonna happen if you don't listen. Just like sometimes your parents or your friends tell you, I told you so. You know? Um, you don't have to fall off your bike to know that it hurts, kind of sort of thing. So please pay attention to the advice given to you by people who love you, especially people who are searching for God. Please keep an open mind. Do not think that what they're saying is 100% correct, because they're people nonetheless. Search for your own relationship with God. Um, Let Jesus be your guide. Don't even listen to me. Make sure that you're gaining knowledge and you're understanding. Um, so, but it's the whole "I told you so." Don't let that happen to you. It doesn't feel good. Many blessings. I really hope that anything that is said here um, helps you, so that you don't commit so many mistakes that so many people mistake, that so many people make, like myself. Thank you. God bless. Have a wonderful evening.